Welcome everyone, Natnarf signing in, and today we're gonna play Jake Hunter again. Yes, I know it's been a while, but can't help it. I had to, ever since we got the computer, the new computer, I had to replay the whole damn thing again. And excuse me. Made my coffee. Now that everything's gonna be a bit faster, oh god! I hope that I can play about 30 minutes each this time instead of 1 hour. I had to play 1 hour because last time the laptop is really slow. AKSYS City has a long, glorious history of organized crime. Mafia, Yakuza, triads, you can find it all here. You can find it here in Hong Kong too. Once you start to peek behind the curtain, you'll realize there isn't a pie in this city that they don't have their finger in. Right. The Salvatore family has more fingers and more pies than most. Sometimes called the sixth family. The Salvatores are one of the oldest families in Aspicia. Their old world Cosa Nostra to the core. All polite talk and kisses on the hand until it's time to put a bullet in your head. Still, they walk the walk a little better than most. Killers, they might be, but drug dealers, they were not. That's fine. Which was why what I'd heard from the Torpedo Twins had me worried. If the Salvatore family was moving dope, they are a gang after all. With those thoughts running through my head, I entered the office of the Salvatore family gang. Why the hell did you go there? Who the hell are you? What the hell you want? I'd like to see Mr. Draco. What did you say? You got some nerve asking for Mr. Draco like that. Knock it off, dude. Guido. Leave the man alone. The boss. Sure. It's been far too long, Mr. Hunter. I apologize for this gentleman's behavior. He's a good man, but sometimes perhaps a little bit enthusiastic. Is there something you want I can help you with? Thanks, first. Drago was one of the youngest underbosses in the Salvatore family. We'd met before. As mofters went, you could be worse. Standing by, just a little too close to me, was an oily man in a gold necklace that looked like it had seen its fair share of pawn shops. I gathered that his name was Guido. That was pretty much all I wanted to know about him. 5 or 6 wise guys lounging around the back of the room, keeping an eye on me. The Drew. The Salvatore family isn't in the business of moving dope, is it, Drago? You know very well that it is not, Mr. Hunter. I am not sure that I like what you're insinuating. Perhaps you should clarify. Is that so? I'm sorry that those gentlemen assaulted you, although they clearly got more than they bargained for. I must ask, Mr. Hunter, why you seem to think this matter concerns me. I am of the understanding that such incidents are relatively common, regrettable as that may be. Why am I not talking yet? Yes, Mr. Hunter. I'm sure you see us as criminals, but this thing of ours, it is not without honor. My family treats with respect all those who deserve it. Many of the organizations in this business are not so generous. Perhaps this is why the Salvatore family has lasted so long. Excuse me. At another time, I might be intrigued by your interest, Mr. Hunter, but at the moment, the books are closed. Right. A deal? I fail to see what you might be able to offer to the family, Mr. Hunter. That's really good. I'll take everything you've got, man. What do I want to talk about? The cops. The police? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Mr. Hunter. What the hell? Are you some kind of cop? Are you stupid? Is there a man named Mr. Corso here? Yes. One of the gentlemen in my employ is known by that name. Is something the matter? Where is Mr. Corso? Well, I should imagine he is around here somewhere. He hangs out with the rest of your fellas? When he is not otherwise engaged, yes. Is that it? The dope. Huh? Salvatore family doesn't touch that shit. You better shut your damn mouth before I shut it for you. Huh? What the hell are you talking about? Stop babbling nonsense or I'll beat you to pulp. Yeah, better believe it. The Salvatore family stands for honor and righteousness and doing the right thing. I'll kill anyone that says different. Huh? What do you? What the hell are you talking about? Shut your damn mouth, Hunter. Oh, the cops? You're just asking for a knuckle sandwich, bastard. What the hell do we have to tell you about him for? You wanna take this outside, huh? You look stupid. Where is that? I wonder if I could show this. I shall save first before I make a stupid mistake. Yes. Can I inspect some more? Word on the street that Drago was next in line that's not on. We met a few times before. He wasn't a bad guy, but he was a man of honor first, and everything else. As polite as the next guy, he wouldn't hesitate to have you taken for a ride even if you crossed him. I wouldn't play games with a wise guy like Drago. I have to give it straight to him and hope he'd tell me what I needed to hear. I glanced over at the man wearing that hideous gold necklace. I figured he was one of Drago's younger subordinates. As I looked closer, I noticed that the man's chest had the word "elite" written across it. Adultery, illiteracy is such a sad thing to see. Huh? What the hell are you staring at? You wanna die? Can I try and ask him about that? Dope, drugs, men, or do you? No. Why can't I ask him? I can't leave without explaining myself. Otherwise I might not leave at all. How would I talk to him? Not you. Wait, come back. You are correct. Don DeSano has been very clear about our involvement in the drug trade. It is not our business that suits men of honor. Is that No. They told me they were hired by someone named Mr. Corso from the Salvatore family. Apparently, Mr. Corso had offered them some dope if they shut me up. You son of a bitch. You got quite an imagination. These are some very serious accusations, Mr. Hunter. I hope you are prepared to support them. The Salvatore family takes dishonesty very seriously. Whoa. Yeah, you heard the boss. Show some proof. Where's that shit? Handed the dope I found on the thugs to Draco. You do indeed have the drug in the piece of paper, and a very pure one at that. My knowledge of narcotics is limited at best, but my occupation has necessitated a certain level of familiarity. I can tell you this much: what you have there is not common street dope. This particular compound is common enough, but something as pure as your sample is rarely seen outside of hospitals or government labs. Right. So you're saying this stuff isn't easy to get, am I right? If one of the families was putting this stuff on the street, they'd need to be pulling a lot of weight with the right people. I'm not sure I understand what you're insinuating, Mr. Hunter. You son of a bitch. You're trying to start a fight or something? Just shut up already. Calm down, Guido. I'm sure Mr. Hunter isn't trying to start a fight with you. Nonetheless, I have to ask. Why are you here, Mr. Hunter? Surely you didn't come here just to have me identify that substance in your pocket. Talk, man! Talk about the goddamn things. A deal? I fail to see what you might be able to offer the family. Ah, that's really good. The gentleman you described could not possibly afford this caliber of narcotic. The Salvatore family will not turn a blind eye to drug trafficking in our territory. If you are correct, this man must be dealt with. A deal? I fail to see what. Nah! I keep doing it. Relax, guys. I'm just saying that the cops asked me to take on this case. The cops beat Shunda. Damn you. Calm down, Guido. Mr. Hunter, you are not a foolish man. Why would you come in my place of business to tell me that you are working for the police? I hope that you are not attempting to make some sort of threat. The family does not respond well to threats. Come on. Can't they just talk to this guy already? A deal? Damn it, no. Go back. You have not answered my question, Mr. Hunter. What the hell? Just hear me out, Draco. Yes, thank you. You have not answered my question, Mr. Hunter. The case I'm on is a request from the cops. I'll tell you that much. But it doesn't have anything to do with the Salvatore family. I'm just following the notes and it brought me here. If the family is involved with this somehow, we both know things are going to take a turn for the worse. I need your help, and if I get it, I might be able to keep the Salvatore family out of the spotlight when the shit hits the fan. That's my deal. Take it or leave it. I assume the help you prefer is determining if Mr. Corso did indeed hire those gentlemen to waylay you. I can see why they put you in charge, Drago. Don't get me wrong. There's no doubt in my mind that your hands are clean. A couple of wet behind the ear kids, not really your style. Very well, Mr. Hunter. It would appear that you have made me an offer I cannot refuse. Glad to know you're on board, Drago. If your accusations are correct, I do not think the Dawn will be very forgiving of Mr. Corso. I do not know if Mr. Corso's... I do not know Mr. Corso's whereabouts, but I will have my men located. I hope that he will tell me the truth without any coercion. I dislike extracting information from the unwilling. Rest assured, Mr. Hunter, you will have your answer soon enough, one way or another. Thanks, Drago. I appreciate it. What I want. Let's go. What? No. No. No way. No. Nah. Nah. Can I just move? Excuse me. I done all I could with Drago. I hope he'd take care of Corso for me, but if that didn't pan out, well, I could cross that bridge when I came to it. I already knew where I need to go next. It was a cool afternoon with gray clouds racing across the sky and a stiff breeze running through the streets of Aspicio. As I moved off in the direction of the hospital, I pulled out a cigarette. God knows I needed one. I'd come back to the Eternus U hospital. It was time for Professor Klein and I to have a little chat. Who's that? Look around. There were many more people in the lobby than last time. It looked like I picked a bad time to visit. Receptionists were swamped. Had a bad feeling they were probably too busy to talk to me, but without their help it wasn't likely I'd get far. They're probably too busy to talk to me. Just as I was about to leave, a familiar face appeared out of the crowd. Your timing is incredible, Mr. Hunter. Sarah Travis. I'd met her on an earlier visit to the hospital. She's known Mary. I appreciate the flattery, but it looks pretty busy around here. Maybe I should come back another time. But Mr. Hunter, Professor Klein is in today. I've already told him about you. You should be able to go straight to his office. Really? That's great. You're a real peach. Where's my face? I finally got my chance to talk to Professor Klein. I wasn't going to waste it. What did I want to do? Sarah jogged up, breathing hard. She looked like she'd come from the other side of the hospital. I was glad to see her. It helps to have a friend on the inside. What's that mean? There are more people in the lobby than last time. Is that all I can do? Thanks. You've been a great help to my investigation, Sarah. If you ever need anything, oh, don't worry about it. I just hope the killer is arrested soon. Besides, I didn't say I'd do anything I could to help you. I suppose you did. Around and around. Where's that damn thing? Wait, where is it? Can't we just move somewhere first? Mr. Hunter, Professor Klein's office is... You know what? Let me just write that down for you. I received Professor Klein's office location from Seth. Time to get back to work. Thanks again. Time for that chat with Professor Klein. Why say Mr. Klein? I was finally going to get my chance to talk with Professor Klein. Klein, or whatever. I had a whole head full of questions for him. It took me a while, but I had a hunch that talking to Professor Klein might just be what I needed to bust the case wide open. Admittedly, I hadn't seen a lot of doctors' offices, but his seemed pretty snazzy, at least as far as those things go. Ooh. Wah! I stepped into the exam room and took a look around. The only other person there was a middle-aged man, Professor Klein. His name tag read Klein. Bingo. Let's talk. Mary Taylor. Pardon me, eh? My name is Jake Hunter. I'm a detective. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Mary Taylor. Oh, it's you. I've heard about you. I'm Professor Klein. I used to be Miss Taylor's doctor. Miss Taylor was a strong, outgoing young woman. It is truly a tragedy to see a woman like her cut down in the prime of her life. You may be a detective, Mr. Hunter, but I'm afraid it would be a breach of privacy to discuss the details of Miss Taylor's condition with you. I, too, am shocked and saddened by this tragedy, but this does not absolve me of my obligations to the privacy of my patients. I'm afraid that unless you have a court order, I cannot discuss the details of Mary's case. You're wise. I see you are acting at the behest of the police. Then it would appear I have no choice but to cooperate with you. Thank you. Go ahead. Ask me anything. But bear in mind that the story may seem somewhat complicated to a normal person such as yourself. Miss Taylor's condition was a rare one indeed. The details would seem rather complicated to someone like you, but she had been suffering from it for more than 10 years. I've heard there is a procedure to correct Mary's condition. That's not a very good joke, Mr. Hunter. Don't you think I would know about such a procedure if it did exist? Ah, damn it. Wrong one. Sorry. Huh? Of course I can show it to you. But a normal person like you wouldn't be able to comprehend any of it. I picked up Mary's records and began to read through them. And he'd been right. Chaffed my ass to admit it. I couldn't make heads or tails out of the medical gibberish. The professor gave me an I told you so kind of look. Looks like you have no idea what any of that means. Fine, I don't. Drugs? What the heck are you babbling about? I've had enough. What? As soon as I mentioned the word drugs, Professor Klein's face began to stiffen. There's no doubt in my mind he was hiding something. Vicinity. The exam room appeared to be for Professor Klein's exclusive use. There were a couple of pictures on the desk and the wall, but other than that, it was pretty sparse. Pictures. I noticed a framed picture placed on his desk. It's a picture of the professor doing something. Volunteer work, maybe? Huh? I look closer. Aspicio Central Park. Was Professor Klein one of the volunteers I'd seen in the park? If he was... Ah! Picture. Damn it. It was too big of a coincidence. I have to ask him about it. Professor Klein, what is it? In this picture, are you doing some kind of volunteer work? I wouldn't think a man with your responsibilities would have the time. Oh, that. It's a picture of an event that I sponsored. Well, I suppose you could call it volunteering. Did you say you sponsored it? Yes, that's correct. We supply the homeless people in Aspicio Park with food and the basic necessities. Homeless people. You're quite a guy. You must be pretty popular with the bums. Oh my god. My cough has gotten worse. Haha, you could say that. Whenever I run into one of them on the street, they always thank me for the service I'm providing. I suppose I've achieved a certain amount of fame. Interesting. The bums in the park would consider the professor a pretty important person then. Ah. What the? The homeless outreach program was a little something that I started to safeguard my public image. Right. It was well received. I mean, by the homeless people in the public. That's why I've continued working. Thanks to the homeless outreach program, I'm very well known. I built quite a reputation off of the homeless people. Oh god. Whoops. Keep this to yourself. If this gets out in the open, I would lose face. Why was I not surprised? Now, if you excuse me, I have to get back to work. That was that. I've been giving the brush up. I got more than I bargained for from Professor Klein. That wasn't any point to standing around outside his office. There wasn't any point. Blah! I headed for the lobby, itching for a cigarette. I wasn't gonna find anything else at the hospital. I just decided to see if I could find anything at the park when I suddenly felt someone was watching me. Felt like someone was. As I spun around to try and spot my admirer, I felt something in my pocket start shaking. Damn it. Miss Taylor's cell phone was vibrating. I flipped it open and read the message. It was an address. I didn't know what for, but it was somewhere in Aspicio. Someone was trying to tell me something. As I put back the phone in my pocket, I realized I didn't feel like I was being watched anymore. If this was the same person who sent me the other messages, the address had to be important. I pulled out a cigarette and headed off toward the address on the phone. I'd finally arrived at the address on the phone. All I could see were a number of nondescript buildings and what looked like a hospital. The sign hanging over its entrance said Nicholson Clinic. I still wasn't sure why I'd been sent there, but I was starting to get an idea. I ground the remains of my cigarette on the sidewalks and stepped through the door.
Bye.